Yo, what is up YouTube? And in today's video, I'm going to be doing one tip for every defender to rank up in Siege. Alright, starting off with Sentry. Many people don't know this trick, but you can actually get a guaranteed kill by doing this. Alright, so this trick is you put a proxy on any door that has a soft floor under it, and then you go under, and you place a C4. And basically what this will do is when they get hit by the proxy, the attackers, it gives you like a point bonus on the right side of your screen, and when that point bonus shows up on your screen, just detonate the C4 and you're going to get the kill. And when I see people playing smoke in my lobbies, even in champ lobbies, I spectate them. They're spamming all their smokes, and there's 2 minutes left in the round just because they hear somebody, like for example in trophy. This is a good spot to play. They'll just come up here and then throw all three like this. And mind you, there's 2 minutes left. You don't want to do this with 2 minutes left because after these smokes go out, you only have one smoke left, and you basically can't hold them off any longer because you wasted all of your smokes, practically all of your smokes, when there's 2 minutes left in the round. So they still have like 1.5 minutes to push. What you want to do instead is wait till there's at least 1 minute left and then use all your smokes then. So the timer will run out while your smokes are still effective. And also when you spread out your smokes, it'll give less leeway for the attackers to actually push, and your smokes will actually be more effective than you just spamming it at 2 minutes left in the round. Rather than if you do 1 minute left in the round or 30 seconds left in the round, they can't make a final push to win. Alright, for mute, I see a lot of people misplace their mutes, and it really annoys me because they can easily just walk up and just shoot it. So basically, I'll see someone maybe putting their mute up here on these stairs, but this is really bad because all they gotta do, look, they can shoot it right here. Instead of putting their mute here to stop them from getting intel on white, put the mute right here. This because they can't even drone up the stairs here, so they can't get any info on someone maybe playing shotgun here like me as a mute. This mute is really good because I can play shotgun here and they cannot drum me out. Also, the radius of the mute allows me to, like, maybe if they have a Dokubi, they can't call and know that I'm here because the mutes, if you guys didn't know, mutes negate Dokubi calls and line scans. Another good place to put mute is right here. This is also really good for shotgun players playing Bolo. They can't get called, they can't get droned out, and they can easily just swing with the shotty after. Now for castle, I see people putting castles that won't effectively help the teammates defend site. And what I mean by this is they'll come down here, and they'll probably castle lobby, since they know a lot of people push lobby to go upstairs Oregon. So they'll castle something like this. And they might think it's good because a lot of people push here and it's a power point. Yeah, that it might be good if you have like a stack that's playing down here, but it's not really effective in defending the actual site. And if you want to actually help the site not be taken over by the enemies, then definitely put maybe one here, because they can just break a little slit in the window right here, and then they can see anyone playing like a shotgun and bolo, and they can actually see attic door as well. A lot of people, even in champ lobbies, they like to make a slit here and just like aim through it the whole round. It's really annoying. So this castle is like the most effective on Oregon. So these castles are definitely way better than the ones like downstairs. So definitely put the castles on the same floor as the site, so it's harder for them to actually push. There are occasions if you have like a 5 stack where you have like 2 or 3 people downstairs or upstairs, and you can definitely save some castles for that, because there are a lot of strategies you can use to play vert, to like negate vert from the enemies and use castle. But if you want it to be really effective for site, definitely put it on like the windows so they can't, you know, take advantage of some angles that people play on defense. Another one is big window, if you didn't know. And now a lot of people miss this window, but a lot of people would like to aim through this window, make a slit here, and they can actually see this door and top white, anyone playing a shoddy on the right, or just, you know, anyone walking up top white. So do this. And the last castle will either go probably master bed or top main if I didn't use that castle downstairs. So many people think using their heartbeat sensor on walls is better because they can just see them peek in the door and then unequip it and pre-fire them. This isn't good because they can actually hear you pull out and take away your heartbeat sensor, so they know when you're gonna swing and they know when you pulled it out. If you want to have a more effective like playstyle, then definitely do it below here. A lot of people push master bed, for example. Any power point on any map that people push, you can go under there, and then when you have a soft floor to, you know, use a heartbeat sensor and you see them under it or over it, and you could just store C4 and then kill them. That's way more safer way of using your heartbeat sensor to get a guaranteed kill without taking any gunfights. As Doc, your job is to heal your teammates and heal yourself when you get damaged, and I see a lot of people roam really far away from site as Doc. For that, I would recommend Rook, because you still get the MP5 and you get the benefit of healing, or you know, getting more HP for you and your teammates. And Doc is just way too valuable to go out and like die really far away from site. So if you're gonna roam with Doc, definitely roam really close to site. Maybe get a pick and then come back so you don't risk your life. but if you want to roam far away with Doc, I would just recommend Rook instead for the MP5. So for Rook, I see a lot of people place their Rook armors right here in the middle of sight, and this is not really good because what this does is if enemies, you know, happen to take control of sight, they can easily just pick up another Rook armor right here. So what I would do instead of placing it in the open is place it on top of a multiple object in the corner of somewhere, and then place it on top like this. So people won't see it if they enter sight, and they can't get an extra HP buff from the armor plates. Alright, so for Kapkan, there's a lot of common mistakes. First of all, they'll put their device on head level, their trap on head level, which is really bad, because they can see the light easier and break it, and also, they can just crouch under it and catch the defender by surprise. What's better is actually putting it as low as possible. If you guys didn't know, you can put it really low, like ankle level. This makes it better because they can't see the light as good. They're not going to be looking down at the floor as well. They're going to be aiming head level probably, and they're just going to be walking here, and they can't see the Kapkan come into their, you know, crosshair. Also, you're wondering why I put it on the right side instead of the left side. It's because chances are they're going to have a teammate here, top main, or maybe a drone, and they're not going to be as worried because this is sight door. This is just top main, you know? So they're going to be worried probably. Chances are, 90%, you know, they're going to be looking at trophy door, sight door, because that's sight, you know? There's probably someone playing close there, and they can't see it because it's the opposite side. If it was here low, there's probably a chance that they'd come across it and see it because they're already aiming this direction. So you want to find the most probable place the attackers will be aiming at and put your Kapkan trap on the lowest opposite side of that. Also, barricading and unbarricading the door that you put your Kapkan trap on makes the Kapkan trap less visible because you see the yellow kind of tarp material there. It makes it less visible to the attackers. Alright, so for Tachanka, just don't use him. He's like probably one of the worst operators you can use in the game, but I mean if you do end up using him, but seriously, if you do use him, use your portable shield so you can hide behind it. And while you're hiding behind it, you can utilize your ability and just probably ricochet it off of the ceiling without getting hurt or harmed at all. So for Jäger, I see a lot of people putting their device like really close to the door, like right here. Then what this does is it allows attackers to come in this corner and just easily shoot the device off right here, like that. So rather than that, and also, look, if I put it close here, it's wasting so much range. It's wasting like so much range here. Let me do it again. You see the AoE, you see the radius going into the wall? That's all the range you're wasting. What you can do is actually utilize the range of this device, probably break this off right here, and put it in this corner. This is actually using all of its range almost. You see how it doesn't hit the wall anymore? So even if people try to ricochet like a flash, like right here, to get someone playing shoddy on Bolo, it'll still get, the Jäger will still, you know, deny the flash. So instead of using your Jägers close to the door, use it as far as you can to utilize all the range of the actual, you know, device. Alright, so for Bandit, when I see people bandit tricking, they'll put their bandits here like so. And then when they're bandit tricking, they'll stand in the middle here waiting for the Thatcher to go off, so either the Ace or Thermite comes to get the wall. What this does is you don't know what side the Ace will go on. So for Thermite, it's pretty easy. Usually the Thermite will go in the middle of the wall. And what this does is you can just put your bandit on any side and it will get the Thermite off. But for Ace, if you're standing in the middle, it's really bad because if the Ace goes on this side, you won't be able to hear it as well. Or even on this side, you won't be able to hear it because you're in the middle, so you don't have any directional like hearing. So you want to go on the side of the reinforced wall, placing your side on it, and you can hear the Ace on which side the Ace goes even better. So with Frost on double windows, you don't want to just normally put your Frost horizontally like this, a single Frost horizontally on double windows, because what this can do is allow the attackers to jump in and just counter how they normally would on single windows. What you want to do on double windows instead is put it vertically like this, on one on the left side and another one vertically on the right side. You know what this will do is actually counter them shooting it, because even if they shoot one and react fast enough, they're bound to get hit by another. So this would counter people on double windows. For Valkyrie, I see a lot of people placing their, you know, one singular Valk on one site and another Valk on another site. But that's not really good because you can actually save an extra Valk cam if you just do this. You know, use your deagle and make a, like, in any corner of the soft wall in between sites, make a hole. And then throw one Valk cam through it like this, right in the middle. And then look, you can see site A and site B. So for Cav, say for example a buck double bucks in this barricade and I knock him with my pistol, right? So I'm not gonna immediately interrogate him or finish him off. I'm gonna maybe hide in this corner here, or hide in this corner right here, and then wait for one of his other teammates to come and revive him. I can use a buck as bait and then kill both of them after when he comes to revive him. So for Echo, I actually had to come in a different map, Clubhouse here, to show you guys this concept. So a lot of people like to do is maybe have a deployable shield and just hide in a corner, maybe say the site is CC, right? They'll like to go maybe in basement, all the way down to basement, and use their Echo cam so they won't get caught. And I think that's a really bad idea because I think hiding in plain sight with Echo is actually more of an advantage, because if your cams don't go right, you can just get off your cam and you're still in sight, in plain sight, right? Hiding. So there's one hiding spot in CC I wanted to show you. This is why we're on Clubhouse. Is instead of going in the basement to hide, you can just shoot open these. And this is on any map, by the way. Any map that has any, you know, place you can prone into. Make sure you have an Azami as well so they can Azami you off. Any map that has a little space like this, just prone into it. Make sure it's near or on site as an Echo. And then yeah, as you get this position, let your Azami just Azami here, and it'll actually block you off from any site. And I tried this in champ lobbies, and I almost clutched, but I just sold the last kill. It's actually on one of my videos. So for Mira, a lot of people don't know this trick, but instead of placing your mirror maybe like hard right side of the reinforced wall, like for example here, the soft wall's on the left, so a lot of people use their mirror and put it like this, all the way to the right side. This is really bad because if you want to peek the mirror, look at this. When you peek, you have like a whole split second or a whole second where you don't see the enemy. See? So when you peek, you're actually getting a disadvantage and they're getting the advantage. Instead, what you want to do is actually put it on the farthest side, like really close to the soft wall. The closest side to the soft wall. You guys, if you guys didn't know, you can actually put it to the side where it touches the soft wall. What this does is you get the total peeking advantage. See, you waste no space when you're peeking the enemy. You can see them the whole way through, and you have the advantage here. You can just pre-fire them like that. So for Lesion, I see a lot of people putting their Lesion mines in the middle of doorways. While that used to be good when the Lesion mines were actually invisible, it actually got nerfed a while back. So this is actually not good anymore. They can just see the Lesion mine and shoot it. Instead, what you want to do is put the Lesion mine on the corners of the doorway. Because even, you might think that they can walk like maybe far right of the doorway or far left and evade that Lesion mine. But they actually can't no matter what. Because if they do this, their legs are still going to walk into the AoE of it. So putting it in the corner is really good. And as you see, look, you can barely see it. Can't even see it that much, so they're just going to be aiming head level, walking through, you know, and they get hit by the Lesion mine, and they didn't even see it because it's not in the middle. So I would definitely utilize the Lesion mines, like, you know, most of its AoE, put it in the corner like this, so it's like 100% chance they're going to get hit by it, and they can't see it. Alright, so for Ella, that's the only, like, Ella's gun, Scorpion, is the only exception I would use Commentator on, because there's a lot of left and right recoil. But now you can't really see it because I'm using it Commentator, so it really negates that left and right recoil, if you guys didn't know. And a lot of people think that using the elements in the prep phase is really good because it's kind of like a trap operator. It's actually better if you're roaming with it, because say, for example, you're roaming Z, and this is the enemy, right? A lot of people like pushing Z to go up white or going main. So say if they push, you know, top white from main, I could just put an element probably here while I'm roaming, and people trying to roam clear me or going up white, they'll get hit by this element right here, and boom, they get hit, and I can peek off that element while they're concussion kill them. Rather than probably putting it trophy door where you can't capitalize off the concussed if you're roaming. So with Vigil, you already know the basics. Have your Vigil move on, you know, when you hear drones or in the prep phase, most importantly. And in the prep phase, just destroy drones. But what people don't know is it actually negates the line scan. And when line scan goes off, if you still want to move, just equip your, you know, Vigil move, and you can run around, walk around without getting detected. Another thing is Deimos scans, most importantly. If Deimos tracks you, and so it's fine if you get scanned by a drone, because if Deimos tracks you, you can just put your move on and he can't see you at all, and it gets like removed. For Maestro Crims, a lot of people like to plant, you know, open this hard wall open, and then come in and plant in this one of these corners. Don't just put your Maestro on this wall like here. A better place to put it is probably vaulted on here, all the way up top here. Doing this, they can vault on here and, you know, melee it, but it's way harder than just going up here and meleeing this, because you can hear the vault animation and you know what they're trying to do. You can also swing them while they're trying to get this Maestro cam as well. And if you guys don't know, if they try to melee your cam, you can just look up and they can't melee it. With the Alibi Sam on white series here, do not just place your Alibi in the open here, because first of all they can do is just walk up, shoot it, and also no real person is gonna be in the middle of a white series, so this isn't gonna trick any enemies. What you want to do is place it so like it seems like they're holding the angle of top white, so as close you can get to the doorway without it getting negated. Wait, let me see, like right there. This way they can't actually shoot it. They have to come all the way up close white, and this way you can just have a shotgun player here and just shoot him. That's why shotgun players on close corners is really good on any map. And also, it looks like someone's actually there peeking you, and it's not just someone in the open here. It looks way more realistic as to someone just being in here. It looks like they're holding the angle to top white, or bottom white. So Clash isn't that good, but if you do end up using here, when you use your shield, and you need to, you know, take your shield off to kill the enemy, don't just take your shield off and then aim at them and shoot them. This gives them enough time to just shoot your body before you even get a chance to aim in. What you want to do is when you unequip your shield, turn around, crouch, so they can't shoot at your body. It just shows your shield, which is covering your back, and then you could just 360 and shoot them. It gives you a higher chance. Both are risky, but this strat gives you a higher chance of killing the enemy. So for Kate, I had to go on Clubhouse as well, just to better show the concept. This can be used on any map, anywhere, on any main wall. So a lot of Kates actually, you know, what they like to do is put their Cade on the top middle of the reinforced walls. What this does is allows the Thatcher to easily trick it and easily just get it. And it's also one Cade, so it's not going to defend the main wall really well. All the Thatcher got to do is, you know, throw it how they normally would, and the EMP grenade will do its trick. If you do not want the EMP grenade, you know, like a lesser chance of the EMP grenade doing its job of getting the Cade, you can place one on, like, you know, the opposite side. Try to do as far as you can. So this is a good one for CC. Yeah, that's really far. And then this will get the left one, and then maybe put one, like, I think here it works. Hold up, you can shoot this CB, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can do it even farther too. So look, that's really far, and the EMP grenade, I do not think that it will get both if you do both far enough. Alright, so Mozzie is really similar to Lesion because the Mozzie pets are also visible to attackers. So if you do not want attackers to come up and shoot it, or Twitch drones to destroy it, or Bravo drones to hack it, do not put them in the middle of doorways, which I see a lot of people, even in my champ lobbies, do. I would pick them up and then put them in the outermost corner, like here, to use all of its AoE, you know? Even the Twitch drones, Bravo drones, normal drones jump past it, it'll still get caught by the Mozzie pests. And also, if attackers try to come and counter the Mozzie pest by just shooting it, and so they can drone out, they can't shoot it or see it at all because it's in the corner. So they're gonna have to use way more useful than they thought they would have to get that one Mozzie pest out and able to drone. So putting in the corner is really, really effective. Alright, so Warden used to be one of the best roamers to frag out because he had a 1.5, he had, you know, 2 speed. Now he's a 1 speed with the hollow A on MPX. And now I would take this chance to, you know, roam with Warden and have a shoddy up close in corners, because this gives you the most out of his, you know, setup. And if a Dokubi comes up, maybe let's just say Dokubi with flashes off this door, you know, this door frame, and then it comes to you, right? You can still sit here with the shoddy. All you gotta do is do this. He's gonna peek you, and you just still shoot him, you know. So that's what I'm saying. Holding angles with Warden's way more beneficial than roaming with Warden now, since he's a 1 speed with the shoddy. I forgot to mention, but Goyo's gun, the Vector, is also really good to have Compensator on, you know, since he has 2.5x scope, and this is like one of the most, you know, hectic guns to control. It's like really, really hard, so Compensator is really good, so for the left and right recoil. But many people like to put, you know, Goyo's on the side of the doorway like this. Well, that's really good. You should save a couple to do this as well. So you should save a couple to maybe put this on doorways that people like to, you know, go on and push through. And also for windows that people like to break to, you know, negate the angles that defenders play, like Bolo, you can put it here so they can stop going rappel in this window. This is for any map as well. If people like to break certain barricades frequently in near sight, you can put them on the barricades rather than on the side, so it stops them from playing those barricade angles. Wamai's best pair is Mira, because his magnets will negate any, you know, flashes, smokes, or even ashes to counter the Mira. And what this does is they can't run in and take space, because these magnets will stop the smokes and ashes and flashes from running in and taking space. So these magnets are really beneficial, especially with the Mira. So if you are stacking, or you should definitely find a stack so you can utilize the magnets with the Mira so they can't run in and take any space. Alright, so say the site is basement on Oregon. This could be for any map that has hatches on top of another hatch. And for Oryx, I'm obviously going to defend the basement hatch by enforcing it. And if enemies are having like a Habana or Ace or anything to get the hatch, I can defend this by opening this hatch. And say that the Habana comes and I kill it, right? And then maybe the Thatcher or whoever else is trying to trade the Habana out and kill me, I can just escape after getting that pick from playing Vert up here, and then they can't trade me out. So the main tip here is, you know, get a pick and then, you know, get out so they can't trade you out for them. So for Melusi's Banshee, I see a lot of people putting it head level right next to the door like this. But this is really bad because first of all, look, just like the Jäger tip I gave you guys earlier, the range is not getting utilized, and also when the attackers come to push in, the Banshee is right next to them on head level. So all they have to do is shoot the Banshee and then look back head level, and they can still head tap you as soon as you peek from that Melusi Banshee. But if you want to utilize the Banshee and peek off of it, put the Melusi as far away as you can. Put the Banshee as far away as you can to utilize the range, and put it on the ground so when it's head level, look, when I'm head level right here, peeking head level, I walk through, peeking you, and then I have to look down and as far away as possible to shoot the Melusi. This will give me enough time to peek off the Banshee and then kill them. Now, a lot of people do not know that you can use your Arunis on reinforced walls as kind of like an Aruni trick to negate Thermites and Aces, kind of. So in a way, you can actually negate Thermite and Ace from getting the wall for a little more time. They're gonna have to use more util by just putting your Aruni on the opposite side of the reinforced wall. Because what this does is, if there's any hard breacher, they're gonna have to throw something else, because their hard breach will get immediately broken by the Aruni if they put it on. So if I put two Arunis right here, they're gonna have to throw a piece of utility there so they can get the wall, and this is gonna have them waste more utility, so they have less to actually push the site. And this is like a guaranteed wall to get on Oregon, so it can be used on any map where it's a guaranteed wall to get. So they're gonna have to, you know, waste some utility guaranteed. So this works in any situation. You don't have to even run out. Just say you got really hurt roaming, you should pocket Thunderbird so you can go in the corner and put it here, and you get healed. So I'll place it prep phase though, so you know if you're gonna get in a gunfight and get damage, you can go back to that Thunderbird and just get instantly healed, and then you can go back to site or back to even roaming, since the Thunderbird now heals you to full HP. Alright, so playing Thorn is really bad. Thorn should get buffed, but if you do end up playing Thorn, do not put your Thorns on top of the door. Instead, you should make a little slit in the ground where you want it to be placed, right? And then put your Thorn inside of that slit, and then use your barbed wire, which you should be equipped. Use that, and it covers that Thorn right there. See, look, it's like barely visible. It's not visible at all, actually, so. If you guys didn't know, for example, here on Canal, 2 Azami stacked on top of each other is actually better. So if you put one like that, and then put one probably like right there, you can actually see their head if you go here. You can like see a picture of their head, or you can go back here and you can see, you know, their head right here. If I go here, you know, they're not gonna see me as good as I see them, because you can kind of see their body here. But if I did it correctly, then they're only gonna be able to see your legs and you can see their head. Alright, so for Solis, many of you guys didn't know this. You can actually, when Dokubi's calling or hacking cams, you can see her, you know, phone. Also, when Lion is scanning, like right after Lion scans, you can, if you're near Lion, you can see that Lion device there for like a few seconds after he scans. But Solis is not that good anymore. You're gonna have to like hold F, I think, to indicate what it actually is. So Solis also should get buffed, but those are 2 things that you can detect if you guys didn't know. You can also detect Blitz running. His shield is a device that could be detected. You could detect any hard breach device that gets put on the reinforced walls as well. You could detect zero cams. You could detect hacked, like bout cams, anything that's hacked. So y'all might think Fenrir's are only effective inside, but here on Knife Haven, it's pretty easy to show this concept. So all you gotta do, look, this is a little tip. You can throw your Fenrir's outside and they're still like good. That one was probably bad, they can shoot it from behind, but this one is totally invisible. I use it every single time. When they walk up and aim in, like they're gonna be like this though. They're gonna be aiming here at the door. When they get detected by their Fenrir and smoked, I can peek it and they can't see anything. So as soon as that gets detected, I turn that on, they peek into it and I can shoot them. And no one will expect it because it's outside, it's an outdoors Fenrir, and outdoors Fenrir actually surprisingly still works. So another one could probably be here. I've never done this one, but this is also pretty good. I've seen it. A lot of people walk from helipad to here, going to this door, and they're gonna come by this Fenrir, and you can just peek them really quickly. So this is really good too. Could be used on any map. Outdoor Fenrirs is a really good concept, but nobody uses them. So, alright, so for Tubarao, if you're roaming with Tubarao, for example, sites upstairs, wherever, any map, whatever, and you go downstairs, Deimos tracks you because he knows you're roaming, right? You can actually just Tubarao yourself, and it negates actually the Deimos track, as long as you stay on it. And if you guys didn't know, I'm sure you guys saw my own footsteps there. What you guys can do on a soft floor is throw the Tubarao up top, and if people walk on the floor where you threw your Tubarao, you can see their footsteps, and then you can C4 after. C4, break the Tubarao because it just deactivates your, you know, C4, and you could blow it up. it's an easy kill if you see their footsteps. So a lot of people think solely using your Skopos to, you know, get a pick and then Skopos back to site, teleport back to site, right? But what you can do is actually place your Skopos in a way that's actually a deployable shield. So you can put one of your Skopos like maybe right here, and then deactivate it. And then you can have like your Warden or Smoke or Mute play that, or even yourself play that. And any map this works. On any power play, you can use your other Skopos as a deployable shield. Any single map that has a power spot that people always push, you can use this as a deployable shield. Look at that.